The law of gravity works whether you believe in it or not. You have to have faith, however, in order for the spiritual laws to work. You have to have some degree of confidence. But he goes on to say, even faith the size of a mustard seed, which is really small, still works. So that's why plugging into the system works. So first you have to have faith. Next, you have to say out loud exactly what you want.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
There's some principles here. I mentioned some of the commandments that God says, hey, if you follow these, all these blessings will come upon you. And here's one. Oh, this is a tricky one. You're going to hate this. Here's one. It says, you should not, this is Jesus talking, by the way, for those of you who follow the Christian tradition. I think, if Jesus said it, if you're a Christian, you want to follow that or not? Okay, so here's what Jesus says. It says, you should not resist evil. Oh my God. Here we are, we have Jesus basically saying the law of attraction works, the law of karma is true. Because he says, you should not resist evil because if you do, it'll get stronger. What you resist persists. And it says, whoever strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other cheek. Now here's another beautiful one. And somebody always wonders how I dealt with my legal situation, which I'm still dealing with, right? And based on your help and what you do and what you give to the fan club, virtually in the next 7 days, or 5 days, is going to make a big difference. But here's what it says, and this is what I've always been holding true. If anyone wishes to sue you in court and take away your shirt, let him have your robe also. Some of you may remember back in 2013, they were trying to take money away from me. And I said, look, you want $37 million, which is a joke. The people who bought the Weight Loss Cure book got the Weight Loss Cure book for $29, and I gave them More Natural Cures Revealed in hardcover, and I gave them Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About in hardcover. I gave them $90 worth of books for $29, and less than 5% of the people asked for a refund. And anybody who wanted a refund got a refund. And not only did I give them a refund, I told them they can keep the books. Nobody was ripped off. There are no victims. But the government said everybody who bought the book should get their money back. It's ridiculous. But I lost. So they wanted $37 million. And I remember praying and studying this. And I said, I'll tell you what. I walked into court and said, appoint a receiver. You can have it all. See, they were trying to get my shirt. I gave them my robe too. I said, I'll give it all to you. You can appoint a receiver to take over all of my assets, control of all of my bank accounts, take my car, take my house, take my real estate, take my companies, take everything. Take everything. Take all my clothes, take my cigars, true. Take my cigar lighter, true. Take my bottles of scotch that are very expensive. Take it all. Take everything. I'm going to give it all to you. Liquidate it to pay off the $37 million. And then if you want to give it back to me, whatever's left, that's fine. And remember, I was free because I gave that money away back when, so it didn't affect me at all. I was free. I wasn't attached to any of it. Who could have done that? You can only do that if you're not attached to material things. So I did this. And he goes on to say, if you do this, you'll be blessed in the future. I'm not going to talk more about that right now. All right, so let me give you another one here that's pretty strong. And this is one of the strongest ones out there. So let me explain the scene here. So this is in the book of Mark, and it's also in some other Gospels as well. And I'm giving you what Jesus said for those of you who are Christians. By the way, today I'm using the Bible, but I could have easily used the Mahabharata and talked about Krishna or Ram. I could pick the Vedas. I could pick Quran and talk about what Muhammad said. So there's a lot of different scriptures I could go with. I could pick the Old Testament or some of the mystical books like the Zohar, which is Kabbalah, and so forth. But I'm picking this one. Okay. So Jesus is walking, they're on a trip, you know, they walk everywhere. And it says, Jesus and his apostles became hungry. And it says, and Jesus saw a fig tree in the distance, and the fig tree had leaves on it. So they went over to the fig tree, but there was no fruit on the fig tree. There was nothing on it except leaves, because it was not yet time for the figs. And it says, Jesus got mad. How could you get mad? You're Jesus. But he got mad. It says he got mad. And he spoke to the fig tree, saying, from now on and forever, let no man eat of your fruit. And it says, and his disciples heard it. Now this is significant because you want to manifest something in your life. You want to change energy and manipulate energy and control energy and material matter. The first two things here is anger, negative emotion. That's number one. You have to have negative emotion because it contracts the energy. Next, you have to know exactly what you want, and you must say it out loud. So here we have the exact example. Jesus got mad. He knew that he wanted this fig tree to never grow fruit again, and he cursed it out loud. He said specifically, let no man eat from you ever again. Okay. Now, if you look in Matthew, exactly what he said is slightly different, but it's the same concept. He saw a tree. He thought there was figs on it. He was hungry. He got there. There were no figs on it. He got mad, and he cursed out loud the fig tree, saying, I don't want you to have fruit anymore. No one's going to eat from you ever again. And all the disciples heard him curse it, which means he said it out loud. Speaking, saying something out loud is so critical to manifesting goals, dreams, and desires. So let's fast forward. So they go about their business. They get to the next town. They do their business. A couple days later, week later, doesn't say exactly, but it's not a big amount of time because when you look at the distance between where the first town they were at, they went to the second town, then they went back on the same road to get back. It's not a big distance. So it's probably 2, 3, 4 days, no more than a week. They come back, and here's what it says. So they left the city. They were going back home, and they saw the fig tree and found it withered from its roots. Jesus kills the fig tree with his words. This is the person who is the epitome of love and compassion. Think about that. He was a man here who knew how to use energy for the dark side or the light side. In this particular case, as a man who was hungry, he got mad, he cursed it because he has the power to change material matter. And when he came back just a few days later, the tree had withered from its roots. It had completely died because of his words. And Simon, one of the apostles, remembered and said to him, Master, behold, the fig tree, which you cursed, has withered. And here we go. Are you ready? Buckle up. Jesus said, first you have to have faith in God. You have to believe. You have to know. Faith is it's stronger than belief. Faith is absolute knowingness. And it's defined that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the essence of things not seen. And it says, first you have faith in God. In other words, have faith in the universe, have faith in the force, have faith that the power, that the universal laws work. And then it says, whoever, so Jesus is now saying, so let me tell you this really straight. Truly I say to you. Another way, in English, that means, so let me tell you guys exactly how it is. That's what Jesus says. Whoever says to this mountain, and there was a mountain over there in this region, there's a big mountain. Whoever says to this mountain, means says out loud, be moved and fall into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it shall be done to him. Therefore, I say to you, anything you pray for and ask, believe that you will receive it and it will be done for you. But there's one little caveat. When you pray, you must forgive whatever you have against any man, so that your Father in heaven will forgive you of your trespasses. If you don't forgive, even your Father in heaven will not forgive you, and you won't get what you ask for. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I now present to you the formula, scriptural, ancient, and by the way, this is not just in Mark, it's in Matthew, it's in Old Testament, said in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different ways. It's said in the Quran, it's said in the Mahabharata, it's said in the Vedas, it's said in all these texts. The formula is very simple. Number one, you have to have faith in the universe. You have to have complete belief. How do you get that? You get that if you're watching. How do you get that? Well, we have a system. If you're in the Global Information Network, for example, and you're going through the Success Mastery course and the Science of Personal Mastery course, if you're reading the Guru Kev lessons, if you're participating in our system by going to the events, listening to the audios, reading the recommended books on a regular basis, if you're doing that, your faith in the universe is going to get bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger and bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. That's why all this is there. It's to increase your awareness and consciousness, and another way of saying that, increasing your faith, more so than belief, your confidence in how the universe actually is and works. And it's quantum physics today. It's not even questionable today. We can look at the science and go, okay, you don't have to have faith in gravity. And it doesn't matter if you believe in the law of gravity or not. You walk to the top of this building and walk off, you're going down. The law of gravity works whether you believe in it or not. You have to have faith, however, in order for the spiritual laws to work. You have to have some degree of confidence. But he goes on to say, even faith the size of a mustard seed, which is really small, still works. So that's why plugging into the system works. So first you have to have faith. Next, you have to say out loud exactly what you want. That's the second ingredient to the formula. You must speak out loud. It's always, it always refers to speaking out loud. So number one, have faith. Number two, speak out loud. Then it says, the third thing, you have no doubt in your heart, but believe that what you say will actually happen. So you can't have doubt. You have to have belief that what you just said actually will happen. Some of you may remember the book that I recommended called The Magic of Believing. That book, read it if you haven't, hits right on this subject. This is an ingredient that has to be in if you want things to manifest in your life. You have to believe that what you just said is going to happen, and you can't have any doubt in your heart. Read the book, The Magic of Believing, and you'll understand why that's so powerful. Super powerful book, and it's just one of the ingredients, however. See, when you read that book, they don't necessarily understand the other ingredients. But that's a critical ingredient, that you have to believe in your heart that what you said is going to happen. So those are the ingredients. Ask, believe that you will receive it, and it will be done for you. So he summarized it. He goes, therefore I say, anything you pray for and ask out loud by speaking it, believe that you will receive it, and it will be done. So there you go. Have faith, say it out loud, believe in your heart. Oh, one other caveat. You have to forgive everybody. Damn it, Kevin. I didn't know it was going to be this hard. I can't forgive my ex-girlfriend. I can't forgive my ex-husband. I can't forgive that SOB that did this to me. Well, it's going to hinder your ability to manifest what you want and get your prayers answered. It's up to you. You'll be free. You'll be free. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.